Hello, welcome to this video. Today I am going to be doing the broken glass effect in the John Wick sequence, but first I gotta set everything up. So to set up the glass, I just go into sculpt mode and kind of create a kind of shape that fits within where it needs to go. And then after that, I then reduce the size so that it's kind of like a pane of glass. So I don't want it to be too thin, otherwise when we convert it to a painting, it's not going to, it won't work, so it needs a little bit of thickness to it. And I'm just going to change the material to the other materials that are here. So these materials here is like 38. And I think there's also a hex code now, so to enter hex is like L1 square, and then you can type in the hex code. But it's just the kind of this color. The next step is creating the broken glass, so I scope in, and then we'll use the cutout tool to crop out the areas that we want to break. Kind of swipe on the touchpad a little bit. This part here is pretty specific on how I want it. So I'm gonna try and manually move this so I get the piece that I want. And then we'll keep a few smaller pieces on the side. And what I'm going to do is grab these pieces that are on like the perimeter, and then convert them to a painting. So we get like this. And then I'm going to see the painting details, so it's the finish is all the way up, the shininess is this way, and this is about 38, and then the opacity is around 19, and the color is like the same, 200%. So then there's like the broken shatter pieces, but now this one's going to be our physical kind of glass effect where it breaks apart, and this is where we're going to record the physics, create a few pieces from this area, probably around the edges as well. And I'm going to grab some bigger pieces that kind of break away. And then from here I'm going to delete the big groups and just keep these ones. And with these, the looseness is pretty specific. Just going to adjust the looseness so that it looks more flecky. Yeah, we're going to create the logic now, so I'm going to get a switch like this, and then the thermo is running out. And then with this keyframe, I'm going to unfreeze like this pane, which is like the square fleck. So this is the unbroken, and then we're going to switch it to the broken one. So to do that, I'm going to turn off the power for the kind of square fleck. Put these into a group. So all these pieces that will become physical into a group. And then turn on the power for this, and then turn on the power for the painting. And within this group, I'm going to add, first of all, I'll label these to like weapon or something, and then create a force applier, and then select everything in here and make it movable. It's weird. It should collide. Right. It should be colliding with everything. I accidentally went into collisions, and we want to try and get an interesting glass breakage. So we might adjust the strength. So once I'm happy with how it breaks, I can then add an action recorder, select all these pieces, and then record the physics. And once it's stopped, stop recording. So now I can get rid of the force applier, select all of them, and then we'll disable the movable option, and now everything will play from the action recorder. So now we'll hit heap changes and play once. So now all I gotta do is attach it to the action recorder and then switch off the power for the glass and turn this off. I'll also turn off the power for the group as well. And now when we switch it on, it's the broken glass, and switch it off, it's like the normal pane. So now all I gotta do is add a keyframe that turns on this switch, which kind of is a weird way of doing it, but you know, it's a very weird way of doing it. But now it's all about timing it when he breaks the glass, so it happens around here, I think. So now all I gotta do is add a keyframe around here, and then turn on the switch, and we'll also keep the changes here. So, and that's how the glass breaks. So that's it. That's how you do the glass, and I think that's pretty much. I'm almost finished with the, half of the sequence. So I'm about 2 shots left or 3 shots left before I finish the first half of like the fighting. And then the next half is going to be another scene that's remixed, because there's no way to cram it all under like this much percentage that's left. So the last thing I do is save. I've also added some interactions. So if you play, you can also pause the animation at any time, and then you can also toggle the camera. This is when it's released, and then you can also switch into like a first-person kind of mode, which is very experimental. So yeah, that's how you can create a broken glass effect. And I will see you in the next video.